Well, Joey, could we just reflect first of all on the game? I know another defeat. Were there any positives to take today?
It's tough when you're getting beat all the time, do you mean? It really, really is. But again, today I thought the lads, they've given everything they've got. We just can't score at the minute. It makes it even harder when we've got our alleged strikers on the pitch, they can't score. And obviously today we had no strikers. Brandon got injured in training yesterday. James Daly's had a hamstring problem. He's only got 20 or 30 minutes in him. We've got to be careful with him. And obviously young Zane Walker's hand's been a bit of an issue. So, we had to go with Rovers up there, and I thought he did well at Barton, get a goal, good bits of defending. And that's kind of been the story of the season. Jed Ward comes in 17, makes his debut. I thought it was superb. So that for me is something I can take forward. And obviously we've got to look at Cammy Hargreaves, Tom Mayhew, and kind of Ben Liddell, lads who've been on the periphery of the squad. So it's tough. But for me, there's almost a relief in terms of now the job starts. Now everything from here, it's my responsibility. The players that come in, the players that leave, the training, the physical condition they're in, the tactical information that they'll take on board. Now it feels like it starts to become mine. Whereas before, it's everyone point your fingers at all the things that have gone wrong and the reasons they've gone wrong, and it's difficult to come in the midst of that and get results. The lads tried gallantly, but I just think they cut too many corners, and in this game, you can't cut corners.
Tell me a bit about Jed. It was kind of sink or swim against the side third in the league, but he acquitted himself very well as a 17-year-old debutant.
Yeah, I was going to play him last week. Ansi got injured on the Friday, quite late, and I was going to play him, but he hadn't really prepped for it mentally, and I thought a 17-year-old boy going in, I could actually hinder him as much as help him. So this week he's had a little bit more of an idea, because he was close to playing last week, that he would play. And I spoke to Joe Day and said to Joe, I thought Joe played well last week, but Joe's a lone player, and obviously we've got a young player who we think really highly of, and I thought he'd done superb today. It would have been nice for him to get a clean sheet, because I felt his performance deserved it, but unfortunately at this moment we can't score and we can't keep clean sheets.
Yeah, the last few weeks have dragged on, and what is it, a feeling of good riddance to the season? Is it relief now that you can start looking forward to August?
I think so. For me, it's a strange old year in terms of no fans in the stadiums and restrictions on training and bits and bobs you can do, and COVID officers everywhere, and it hasn't felt like football. I mean, you imagine here today, Blackpool have finished third, had a great season, and they'd had this place full. Probably the gasheads would have come up for a night on the town at Blackpool as well, regardless of the position we were in, and it would have been a buoyant stadium, and that creates the atmosphere for me. And I think the lads are lucky, our boys, because they haven't played in front of crowds. They've been very, very fortunate, because I think that they've played in front of the men in the condition they were in. I think they'd have known about it, and the focus for me now is on when we do have fans back in August, them having a team that they can follow and be proud of. And as I say, there's a natural line drawn under it. Thankfully, it's the worst team I've been involved in. I can't dress it up any other way. There's lads in there who probably wouldn't get in our school football team, never mind play professional football, but that's what we've got. And I've got now the job on in the morning of exiting them out the building and letting them know where the futures lie, and that they won't be at this football club. As cruel as that is, it's either that or we don't win games and you get relegated and you're 5 points adrift at the bottom of the table. So some tough decisions need to be made, but I'm really clear in my mind now about how we move forward and how we progress it. And as I say, let's sign the gasheads, get back in. We'll have a football team that they can be proud to follow.
Yeah, so you're talking to the players tomorrow, and presumably in your head you know who you want to stay and who's going to leave. Yeah,
and I think I've already informed a few of the guys, because obviously they're not here with us today. There's no point me dragging them in Monday and kind of put them out the misery kind of yesterday. And they're not bad people. They're just we're not running a charity here. They're good lads. They've given everything they've had. But they've been let down by people who were meant to get them in shape, people who were meant to get them organised. And as I say, Titanic hit an iceberg long way before I got here. I came in with the staff and we've tried to bail the water out, and there's been moments where we thought we maybe could get it refloated. but the damage was done. It was such a gaping hole, and at this level, professional football, third tier, you can't get away with it. You might get away with it on a Sunday playing for your pub team. You might get away with their habits and their behaviour and their performance and their organisation playing on a Sunday in a pub team. I only say might there, you might not also, but you're never getting away with it in professional level. It just doesn't happen.